Daniel didn't leave that night. He was taken, and in Alaric Voss's world, those were two very different things. Sienna didn't sleep. She sat on the edge of her small bed, still in her work clothes, apron folded in her lap like something she needed to hold onto to stay grounded. Her hands wouldn't stop shaking, not because of Daniel, but because of how easily he disappeared. No shouting, no struggle, no explanation, just gone, like he'd been erased. And the worst part? A small, quiet part of her felt relief. That scared her more than anything. The next morning she showed up to work early. Too early. The kitchen lights were still off when she walked in. Cold, silent, safe, or at least it used to be. She tied her hair back with trembling fingers and started prepping vegetables, forcing her breathing to slow. Routine helped. Routine made things feel normal, even when nothing was normal anymore. "You didn't call the police." His voice came from behind her. Low, calm, too calm. Sienna froze mid-cut. "I didn't think they'd help." A pause. Then, "They wouldn't." She turned slowly. Alaric stood near the doorway, sleeves rolled slightly, like he hadn't slept either. His eyes scanned her face, noticing everything, always noticing. "You're still shaking," he said. "I'm fine." "You're not." The knife in her hand hit the board harder than it should have. "I said I'm fine." Silence. Heavy. Then he stepped closer, not fast, never fast. "That man," he said quietly, "was comfortable hurting you." Sienna swallowed. "He wasn't always like that." "They never are." Same words, different weight now. "Where is he?" she asked. There it was, the question she wasn't sure she wanted answered. Alaric didn't look away. Learning. Her stomach tightened. What does that mean? "It means," he said, voice steady, "he won't touch you again." "That's not what I asked." Another step closer. "You don't need the details." "I do." For the first time, something flickered in his expression. Not anger, not frustration. Something like restraint, and that was worse. "Sienna," he said quietly, "there are things you don't come back from once you see them." Her voice dropped. "I think I'm already there." That landed. He exhaled slowly, like he'd been holding something back. Then, "Your fiancé owes money," he said. She blinked. "What?" "He's been borrowing for months. Bad people. Not small amounts." Her chest tightened. "No, he said he was handling it." "He wasn't." The truth came out clean, cold. "You used you." Sienna shook her head. "No, he used your name on accounts, your address, your identity." Each word hit harder. "You're tied to his debt whether you knew it or not." Her grip on the counter tightened. "How much?" Alaric didn't hesitate. 15,000. The room spun slightly. "That's not possible." "It is." Silence filled the space again, but this time it felt different, heavier, real. "What happens if it's not paid?" she asked. Alaric's jaw tightened slightly. "They stop asking nicely." Her throat went dry. "And now that he's gone, they'll come to me." Yes. No sugarcoating, no lies, just truth, brutal and direct. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The only sound was the faint hum of the refrigerator behind them. Then Sienna let out a small, broken laugh. "So this is it." Alaric frowned slightly. "This is what?" "My life. I leave one problem, walk straight into another." "You didn't walk into this." "I stayed." Her eyes met his. "For 2 years I stayed." Something in his expression shifted again, softer but still dangerous. "Survival isn't a mistake." "Feels like one." A pause, then, "I'll handle the debt." Her head snapped up. "No, it's already done." "What?" "I've taken it over." Her heart started racing again. "You can't just—" "I can." His voice wasn't louder, but it ended the argument instantly. "You don't understand what that means." "Explain it to me." It means I owe you. A beat, then another. Alaric stepped closer, not threatening, not forceful, just certain. No, he said quietly, it means they answer to me now. Sienna stared at him, trying to understand what kind of man did something like that. What kind of man removed problems instead of talking about them? What kind of man looked at her like she mattered when no one else ever had? You don't even know me, she whispered. I know enough. Like what? He held her gaze. You work before sunrise. You don't complain. You flinch at loud sounds. And you still say thank you even when you're hurting. Her chest tightened. You think that makes me special? No. A small pause. Then, I think it makes you dangerous. How? Because you survived something that breaks most people. Another step closer. And people like that change everything they touch. For a second, neither of them moved. The air between them felt charged, unstable, like something was about to happen or break. Then, a phone buzzed on the counter. Alaric glanced at it. His expression didn't change, but something in the room did. What is it? She asked. He didn't answer immediately, just looked at the screen. Then, they found him. Her stomach dropped. Daniel? A slow nod. He's talking. Talking about what? Alaric looked at her again, this time different, colder, more dangerous. About you. And just like that, the man who used her was about to destroy her. If you think this ends here, you're wrong, because what Daniel says next pulls Sienna deeper into a world she can't escape. Drop a comment. Would you trust Alaric or run while you still can?